Welcome to Braille Institute. Now we are discussing the certainty equivalent. So this chapter is coming under the cm2. So we have a 160 plus classes is available. 160 plus classes available. So visit www.brailleinstitute.com. Registration option is available. After registration, subscribe module wise or chapter wise. You can subscribe. So here is a certainty equivalent to the fifth class. This is a fifth class. So somebody have some doubt will be there for attending this class, because we already studied the expected utility theorem. 3-4 classes we attended expected utility theorem, and we solved many problems also. So whoever have some doubt about the expected utility theorem, you'll read the expected utility theorem. After that only have to attend this certainty equivalent. So we have investment. So I have investment, or we can call as a this gambling investment. 50% chance of I winning this gambling. It is a 1,000. I win the gambling, I will get $1,000. What is my probability of winning the gambling? It is a 50% chance. Here also 50% chance. If I lose my gambling, then what I will get? I will get $0. My utility. So expected utility in terms of utility function, we are representing as a root W. So utility function we studied the previous classes. So utility function is representing as a root W. Now what will be my expected utility? Expected utility we can write like that: 0.5 and utility of 1,000 plus 0.5 50% chance multiply with the utility of 0. So this we can write 0.5. It is utility of 1,000 means it is a root W, a root 1,000 plus 0.5 root 0. So this will get value of 15.81. 15.81. So my expected utility is equal to 15.81. Now I have another one more option. I will write one more option. This is my another investment. Another investment is like that. This is another investment, maybe in a fixed deposit or guaranteed deposit. I invested some amount. I received the $250. I received the $250. So in this investment, I invested in this case, I will get the $250. This is a guaranteed amount. So what will be my utility? Now my utility I'm just mentioning is U expected utility. W is equal to 100%. So it is a root of 250. So it is a 15.81. Now you compare this both. What is my certainty equivalent? This one I am getting the utility of 15.81. This is 15.81 is my utility. My satisfaction or utility measured in satisfaction is measured in terms of mathematical value. It is a 15.81. This one is equal to this deposit. This scheme, this fixed interest, this is a guaranteed amount. These both are equal. So I can write the equation. This is a probability of U of A, this outcome, and plus 1 minus P probability of U of C is equal to U of B. Now you see, equal to this probability, this expected probability of utility I written here, utility of A 1,000, 1 minus P utility of C I written, it is equal to this is root B, this option. So this is B we can call as a certainty equivalent investment. Now you see, other one more option. In this option, what we are getting? Certain equivalent utility, certain equivalent utilities. Here what is utility we received? Same utility is getting here. What we utility here received? Same utility we are receiving through this guaranteed amount. Then who will invest here? People will try to get the guaranteed amount only. They will avoid the risk. So people will invest here because we can avoid this gambling. There is a equal, another option is there. So that we can call as a certainty equivalent. Now we can come to the here, instead of this investment gambling, we can write one more option. We can, what is the risk premium? So investment or gambling, we have investment or gambling, same. It is a $1,000. Here it is a $0. So 50 percentage chance is there is getting 1000, 50 percentage chance is there getting 0. Now I'm utility is writing as a in terms of wealth. I'm just w only representing as a w. Here I my utility I represent as a root w. Here I'm just writing as a w. I'm just finding out my expected wealth. So my expected wealth, what will be my expected wealth? 0.5 thousand plus 0.50. So my expected wealth is equal to 500. My expected wealth after this gambling, it will be a 500. I have one more option. I am writing the one more option. It is a guaranteed option, investment or guaranteed investment. I am getting 500. I am getting 500. Then what will do? People are going through the gambling. People will not go through the gambling. What the people will do? People will go through the guaranteed option. There is the same wealth, same amount is getting through the guaranteed option. So people will go through the this option only. But if you are comparing like that, sometime what will happen? Always will not get the same. Same will not get it. Always will be same will not get it. Sometime if you are going for the guaranteed option, we will get 300. If in this option investment guaranteed option we are getting the 300, but if you are going to the investment in this gambling, we get in the 500. So here risk averse investor, what is a, we can call as a risk averse investor, which choice they will select, whether this one or this one. Risk averse investor will always will think about the guaranteed option. So what is a risk averse investor cost? We can call as a risk premium. He has to paying the risk premium. How much amount is paying? $200. This is a loss. We can say it is a loss, or he is accepting the risk. He is paying the 200 is his sacrificed a loss or sacrificed 200. This is cost of this risk premium. We can say that this is a cost of taking to avoid the risk. Cost of avoiding the risk. How much he paid? $200. Once again I will tell, there is an investment option. We getting the expected investment, we are getting 500. So our expected investment is 500, but in this option, investment guaranteed option, we are getting only $300. Here you see $300 only. But risk averse investor, you can call as a risk averse investor. Risk averse investor, what is their nature? Their nature, they don't like to take any risk. So risk averse investor is chosen this one, this option. So this we can call as a B option. This we can call as a option. They chosen this investment option. Then what is their cost to avoid the risk? Avoiding the risk. If you are taking the risk, what is our benefit? We will get the $500. Expected value is a $500. Here what is my expected value? 300. So what is my cost? Cost of avoiding the risk 300. 500 minus 300. This is $200 is my cost of avoiding the risk. That we can call as a risk premium. My risk premium was a $200. This risk premium that we can call as a, it is this cost is I am avoiding the risk. I am avoiding the risk. I paid, I sacrificed. For me loss is a 200. But a risk averse investor will select only this option only. Now instead of here one more explain. So we have explained the certainty equivalent. We explained here is what is a risk premium and how much amount is wearing to avoid the our gambling. Here you see, here is $200 is paid to avoid in the gambling. This is a gambling we are getting. Sometimes we'll get 50% zero also chance is there. So avoiding this gambling, he has how much is paid, how much is loss? It is a $200. Now different way, certainty equivalent, we can explain the certainty equivalent in a different way. Two types of certainty equivalent. Here we are studying the two types of certainty equivalent. One is a portfolio. So here we have studied the what is the certainty equivalent. Here we studied the what is the risk premium, and now we are studying the certainty equivalent for the portfolio. So this is a portfolio. What will be there? Wealth will be there, stocks, bond, some guaranteed, plus FD, plus gambling also is there. So through this portfolio, I'm getting outcome. This is my outcome. Outcome is we have a wealth plus H. H is representing gambling and wealth is representing as other initial wealth. So my outcome is W plus H. This is my outcome from the portfolio. W plus H. Then what will be my expected utility? I can write expected utility is equal to utility. There is a additive formation is there. My expected utility is equal to U of WH. In this portfolio, we can give the certain equivalent. For this equivalent, one more certain equivalent option, that we have some certain equivalent option is there. Certain equivalent investment we getting the some wealth is getting, that certain equivalent wealth we are representing as a CW. Here we have a $250 is getting, we are representing as a CW. This is a certain equivalent option. Here is portfolio, we are getting the outcome is here. This is my outcome and my expected utility will be UW plus H. This is my expected utility. Here what is my outcome? This is investment. This may be a guaranteed investment. I am getting the certain, this one is equal to the here, so this one you can write as a utility of C of W. This is the same formula I used here. That is my expected utility equal to the U of B. U of B is representing as a 250. This one U of B. So same way I represent as a expected utility in this portfolio. In this portfolio, having the wealth is there, wealth plus gambling is there, both is there. So wealth plus gambling I represented H and wealth I represented W. So my expected utility is equal to expected utility U W plus H. This is we can call as additive nature. Both is there, stocks or my wealth plus I have a gambling option is there. So both outcome is getting, so that is represent WH. This one will be equal to the, I am representing portfolio. This portfolio, I have a certain equivalent portfolio that is representing as a CW. Certain equivalent portfolio for here, certain equivalent is representing as a CW. So utility of CW, this will be equal to the expected utility. And here we studied this CW. Here it is a, here you see risk averse investor. Risk averse investor have always will be a risk premium will be there. Risk averse investor will not be a 500. 500 means there is no need to risk averse. Anybody will invest. So always this investment will be a less than the here, less than the here. Then also risk averse investor will choose this one only. If always, if it is a 500 means here, if you see, if it is a 500 means everybody will select that option only. But if it is a 400 or if it is a 300, now you see risk seeking investor will not invest here. He will invest here because he is expecting 1000. He is expecting 50%. There is a, so risk averse investor always, this one will be certain equivalent. This option will be always will be less than the wealth. That we can write like that. If you are risk averse investor, we can write here risk averse investor is risk averse investor. Investor means this is CW. This is a portfolio option. CW will be less than W. CW will be less than W for the risk averse investor. Because here you see only 300. Still risk averse investor is opted here only. Is selected only 300. He selected only this option. Investment gambling option, he has selected only 300. And what is this risk premium? He cost of avoiding this risk is a 200. So here you see, we understood that risk averse investor, this one will be less than the wealth. Wealth is a 500. Common wealth is 500, but this one is less than the wealth. And this is one more formula also we studied here. This here it is a formula is there, U of B. So same is represented here, and we one more new term is studied, CW. For portfolio we are representing as a CW, and one more term we can certainty equivalent we can learn. One more term, it is a gambling alone. We can see the gambling alone. There is, it is gambling alone. What is outcome? Outcome is getting H. Gambling alone we are getting the outcome is H. This one you can certainty equivalent we can represent as a CS in gambling alone. In this case, gambling alone, what is our getting outcome? Outcome, equal outcome we can call as a CS. Certainty equivalent is representing as a CS. Portfolio we are representing CW, and gambling alone we are representing as a CS. This CS will be, where is the formula? CW minus W. This is initial wealth and CW is a certain equivalent for the portfolio, and this is we are taking, it will be equal, or we can write a CW is equal to CS plus W. CS is a gambling alone, plus we are adding wealth, then it will get the CW. CS is gambling alone. Here is a gambling plus what is there? Wealth is there. In portfolio, we are taking gambling plus wealth is there. Plus is there. So CS plus W, if we are taking CW, or we can write as CS is equal to CW minus CS is equal to CW minus wealth. CS is equal to CW minus wealth. So these are the formulas we studied here. As a 3-4 terms, some confusion will be there. Certainty equivalent. Certainty equivalent we are explained starting with the investment with the gambling, and we are finding out the same investment for the fixed deposit or guaranteed investment. Then we understood that we can call as a certainty equivalent. That we are finding out in terms of utility. You see, expected utility. This we can call as a expected utility and equal to the here utility. Here utility 15.81. We understood that this one is utility is equal to 15.81. So both the utility same. So this we can call as a certainty equivalent. Later we understood that this we are, if you are seeing like that, this risk averse investor what will be? This maybe will not be equal. Here it is a equal, but sometime it will not be equal. But risk averse investor always will select, if it is a lesser also he will select. Why he is selecting? His cost, what is his cost? That we can call as a risk premium, he will select. And one more thing, portfolio, what is we are calling as a portfolio, we are representing as a CW is a certainty equivalent. Portfolio contain the wealth plus H is there. H is getting from the gambling. This H outcome is getting from the gambling. W is getting from the here, and investment other option is CW. So CW is representing it for the portfolio. Gambling alone we are representing certain equivalent option is a CH. If you are if you are taking both, it will be a CH means this CW minus wealth has to subtract. So CW minus W. So these are the some formula we studied here. We can write some formula. Here we studied expected utility of W plus H. It is equal to the U of CW, and CW is equal to the CH is equal to the CH is equal to CW minus W. So this is a two formula we studied here. And risk averse investor means CW will be less than W and CH will be less than 0. It will be negative. Gambling alone, what is a equivalent? If we are finding out for risk averse investor, it will be less than 0. So this is the three formula we studied for the certainty equivalent. We can solve one problem, then we'll understand more about the certainty equivalent. How to calculate the certainty equivalent. Now I'm going to invest. I have a initial wealth $10 is there with me. I have initial wealth $10 is there. I'm going to invest this $10. But I have initial wealth. I'm participating some gambling option. So initial wealth W is equal to, I have a $10. I participating the gambling. So I will get 50% chance. If it is a coin toss, tossing is the gambling. We can say that if you are coin tossed, if I get the head means I will get $1, extra $1 will get. And here what is a head is getting chance, it is a 50% chance will be coin tossing the coin 50%. So this gambling we can call as a tossing the coin. Coin tossing. So 50% chance I will get the tail, and I will get the minus $1. So for me loss. If I get a tail means, if I toss it, coin is getting tail means for me it is a minus $1. Coin is means it is a plus $1. I will get a plus $1. I will get $1 here if it is a minus $1. So what is my CH? They are asking about the CH only. What is my CH? So this is gambling alone. but I have initial wealth. What is this certainty equivalent for the gambling alone? What is my CH? So I have a initial W plus $10 is there. Here is a plus 1 is there, plus 1 is there, and my utility also I have to write here. My utility function is root W. My utility function is root W. So what will happen here? My wealth, it is a $10. What will happen? It is becoming $11. If I get a plus $1 means my wealth is becoming $11. Here what will happen? My wealth becoming $9 minus $1. It is gone from my initial wealth. So this is my outcome. This is my outcome. We can call as a outcome. This both is my outcome. So my utility, I have to find out my utility. So 0.5 is expected utility. I finding out the expected utility. Expected utility of W plus H. I'm through the gambling also I added W plus H equal to 0.5. 0.5. What is my as a gambling also income I added? W is a 10 plus H, that income also added. It is a U of 11 plus 0.5. Here is my U of 9. So this is my wealth. 0.5 is multiplying with the utilities root W. So root 11 plus 0.5 root 9. So if you are calculating, you will get here it is a 3.1583. So this is my expected utility for the portfolio having the wealth plus gambling option. So both I am getting through 3.1583. So 3.1, here one more equation I studied. This is equal to the U of CW. You can write a U of CW equal to the 3.1583. U of CW means W is a root W. So you can write as a root of CW equal to the 3.1583. So CW is equal to 3.1583 square. So this will get 9.9749. So this is my certainty equivalent for the portfolio CW. And one more equation I said it CH is equal to CW is a 9 point. CS is equal to CW minus W. So CS is equal to 9.9749 minus wealth. Wealth is initial wealth is a $10. So it is a minus 0.0251 will get. So this is a value of CS. CS is a minus 0.025. So here we are saying that absolute value of the this one means absolute value means negative. You have to clean the 0.0 absolute value. You can write as the absolute value for the CS. Value of CS is equal to 0.0251. This is my this amount has to pay to avoid the risk. For me loss is this much amount. If I are accepting this gambling, I will get more benefit. But if not accepting means I have to pay this amount, my CS amount. This is an absolute value. This absolute value has to pay. This absolute value is less than, always a risk averse investment is less than 0. That is why we got a negative. CS is negative because he has to pay that amount. That is a cost of sacrifice or cost of avoiding the risk. Avoiding the risk, this absolute value will be the cost of the avoiding the risk. We have seen here previously we seen the $200. This is the cost of avoiding the risk. Same way we find out the CS. CS is 0.0251. So absolute value CS, absolute value will be the cost of the avoiding the risk. So this is a value. If you pay, we can this is a cost 0.025. So CS we find out through the gambling. Hope you understood how to solve this problem. This is a very easy. Expected U of W plus H. He find out already W plus H. We find out here is substituted with the utility function. So utility function is substituted here, and we find out the CW from this equation. We find out what is this value of CS. Hope you understood about the certainty equivalent. Thank you.